Hey, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today marks the beginning of our 10-day water challenge that we run in our Facebook group. It's a bonus challenge we run several times a year, and it's called 10-day water challenge. We're famous for this water challenge because thousands and thousands of people have done this challenge with us several times a year. This is actually the first time this year that we're going to be running it, and today is the start of it, which means that right now, all of you that are watching right now, you can give me a heart or a thumbs up right now. If you want to share this video with anybody that you think you want to be joining the water challenge in with you, that'll be great. What you want to do is, if you have not registered for the 10-day water challenge, right now is the time. Go on top of the link or the bottom, depending whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram. Click the link to register to join the 10-day water challenge now. The time to get in and download our 10-day water challenge masterclass guide is now. So go ahead and click the link, register, download that guide. All the instructions are on there. And there's tons of questions. People are like, what is the 10-day water challenge about? Stay tuned right now. Watch it, because I'm going to go into why do we do the water challenge? What is the water challenge about? And also how to calculate your water and why, because there's a lot of misconceptions people have about what this challenge actually is. They don't understand the why, so they don't understand the how, and they don't understand why we get such crazy ass results. In fact, this water challenge is the first 10 days of our program, Transform Autoimmune Disease Naturally. And our alumni had so much results in it, they begged us to give it to the Facebook group several years ago. And that's why we've ran it in the Facebook group the past several years. What I would love to do right now is just to give you guys an update. We have over 1,000 people already signed up to join this 10-day water challenge. By the end of this, we will have thousands jump in this week on the 10-day water challenge. So invite anyone and everyone to join this water challenge by sharing the link above to register for the 10-day water challenge. And oh my gosh, and so many alumni and people who have participated from our programs are also playing full out and jumping in to join this water challenge, along with all you newbies who are in this water challenge. So in the Facebook group, it is hopping. And I want you guys to know that there are prizes involved. Yes, there will be prizes. Trust me, you will not want to miss it. One of them, and besides prizes, and there's going to be a grand prize as well towards the end that I'm going to be announcing. The other thing is there's going to be education throughout this entire 10-day water challenge. And we're going to start pretty quickly with some education right away. But one of the things I am going to talk about later in the challenge is going to be, what's my favorite water bottle? I have a new favorite water bottle. Find out why and find out how you can win it. All right. We're going to be talking about that later this week as well. So tune in, make sure all notifications are on in the Facebook group. And if once you've registered for the challenge, make sure you put our email as safe contact list, so you get every single one of your emails, so you're updated throughout the entire challenge on ways to participate, play full out, win prizes, and share and join this powerful community, which is Transform Autoimmune Disease Naturally. So without further ado, what I'd like to do is give me a second, because if you haven't jumped in, you need to, and this is how. That was me, by the way. And that was 50-degree water. I did it. What I do for you. Anyway, you don't have to jump in the cold water. You can right now just say I'm in the comment section right now. If you already did your post, can you write already in? If you haven't jumped in, say jumping in the comment section below, and click the link above and register. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and share a training that I have done about why we do the 10-day water challenge and how to calculate your water. Give me 1 second. And we're going to get the training started. Here we go. Today, we actually have a big announcement, and we're actually going to be talking about something huge that I think the conversation started in November. And people in the Facebook group have just been going crazy over this whole idea around water, water, water everywhere. What are we supposed to do with water? And why is such a game changer and life changer in our program? So as you guys are streaming in, I'm going to give you guys 30 seconds or so to stream in. Please, in the comment section, tell me where you're watching from. That'd be great. And tell me what symptoms of autoimmunity or chronic illness you're struggling with in the comments below, so I know who's watching. That'd be great, okay? And today, as you guys are streaming in, I'm gonna tell you the big announcement is about water. And I wanted to go into the background of water a little bit so none of you miss it. Toledo, Amy from Toledo, Ohio. Thank you for watching, Amy. Tell us what challenges you're struggling with in your health. And those of you streaming in, tell me where you're watching from and what you're dealing with. That'd be great, okay? All right, great. Thank you for letting me know. So we're gonna talk about the role of water. Why is this such a big issue in health and specifically with autoimmunity? I brought up the whole idea around water around in November when we did our triple threat, the triple H's, the holiday hormone hack series. And if you guys haven't seen it, make sure you go in the group and watch that unit on the holiday hormone hack. And it was all about hormones. And on holiday hack number 1, I talked about why hydration was the #1 tool to balancing your hormones. And that video has had huge viewership, and people have taken what I've talked about in that video and have really taken it to heart. And everybody's been drinking a lot of more water, and people enrolling in our Transform program, they've said that that video has single-handedly caused the quickest wins in their health they've seen in decades, okay? So we know this water has really hit like it really was is a big trigger, and a lot of people benefited from that video series, specifically one on water. So what I wanted to bring to you guys, and I always refer it because in our program, we have something called the 10-Day Water Challenge. And it's inspired by my friend Alex Sharfin. He has a podcast, and one of the podcasts was about a 10-Day Water Challenge that he runs in his program. Inspired by him, we, in the past year, have incorporated into our program, the very first thing we do in our program is what we call the 10-Day Water Challenge. And I'm gonna tell you why this is so big, because I will tell you right now that there are people already coming into our program who's not even in our program who says the water made the biggest difference, I'm signing up. Other people in our program within the first 10 days, because they've done this challenge, they've noticed the biggest change, right? So why water is so important is I'm gonna do a little bit of training right now. And thank you for chiming in. I've got alumni, Merit is chiming in. She was saying that water made the biggest difference, thank you. Debbie, thank you for all you do to help others. You're welcome, thank you. Natalie says, hi, Joni. Oh, there's all these different people. Kathy from Wisconsin, she's in our hormone program right now. She has something really interesting to say about what happened with her when she started doing the water. She's gonna be joining us tomorrow night. You guys are gonna have a bonus live tomorrow night with some of our alumni here. I love this, okay. And then alumni from Pennsylvania, Amanda, thank you for joining us. Okay, great, world of difference. All right, water is something, if you think about it, we have a lot of wars were actually fought over water. Water is really crucial to the development of our civilization. And importantly, if you think about biochemistry wise, water, the molecule water is really small. So it is actually the component that's crucial in almost 99% of the biochemical reactions in our body. So nothing happens without this water molecule. And water molecule is so small, it sneaks into all these different places all over the place. In fact, about 80% or more of our body is made with water. Now, I'm throwing a quiz out there. How long do you guys think we can live without food? If there was no food whatsoever, do you know how long you can live? And on the converse, the challenge to that is, if you are without water, how long do you think you can live without water? Okay? So with food, people can last a couple weeks. Okay, without food, you can last a couple weeks. Without water, no more than 3 days. Because every chemical reaction in your body requires water. But the problem is that we've forgotten actually how important water is in our busy life and in our life of Starbucks. You know, we forget to drink water. And in fact, a lot of people mistake thirst for hunger. So some people have told me, I'm hungry all the time, when in reality what's going on is that they don't understand the difference between thirst and hunger. And until you get properly hydrated, you really don't know the difference, okay? And so one of the things I want to bring up is, what does water help with? What I've noticed is when we've done our 10-day water challenge in our Transform autoimmune program, and now we're doing it in our My Hormone Masterclass program, what people have said that the quickest reaction some of the people notice is that headaches are less, okay? They notice visibly on their face, their skin, their wrinkles, the color of redness in their skin improves. And we have proof, okay? You guys are actually part of this challenge, going to provide the proof, okay? How many of you are ready right now, like, I'm in on the 10-day water challenge? If you're in, say, I'm in. There's a link on the top. If it's not on the top, Cora from our team is going to put a link in the comment section. Click the link and go ahead and register for free to join our 10-day water challenge. Okay, go ahead, put your in. Awesome. Joni, you're in. I love it. Okay, Cora's in. Awesome. Thank you for all of you that says I'm in to do this water challenge. All right, great. So what the quickest changes that people notice when they start drinking water is energy. So you notice that like late afternoon drop in energy, and you're wondering why. Well, and a lot of times people think they're grabbing for sugar and all this stuff, but a lot of it is dehydration. Okay, so energy. Okay, so people notice that there's a big change in energy. Number two, pain. Somebody was dealing with RA, right? How many of you are dealing with pain right now? Okay, Julie Smith says, I'm in. I love it. Pain, there's so many mechanisms why being dehydrated makes your pain 10 times worse. Okay, and I have a treat. It's an upcoming thing, but on tomorrow night, we're actually gonna have some alumni who graduated from our program with their water tips. And one of them is Amanda, and she's a melt instructor. And if you guys haven't seen the training on melt and pain in our group, you should watch the interview I did with Sue Hinsman, the creator of Melt. And we're talking about why movement and anti-inflammatory really has to go together. And in between there is really water. You have to have water, and it's about hydrating. Not just hydrating your body, but hydrating your fascia. And you can't hydrate your fascia unless you have water to move in there. So what we do in the 10-day water challenge is that you guys can be drinking water, adequate amount of water. So what is an adequate amount of water for your body? I'm going to teach you right now a formula that's easy to know what is the right amount of water. Okay, it's 10 days of drinking an adequate amount of water for you. Now this is a personalized formula. Here's what you do. You take your weight, let's say you're 140 pounds. You divide it by 2, that's 70. That's 70 ounces. Now, for each day that you work out for 30-minute increment, you need to add 8 ounces. For each caffeinated beverage, and I'm talking coffee or energy drink, you're gonna go ahead and add that exact same amount in ounces of water. Okay, so if you drink 16 ounces of coffee, you're adding an additional 16 ounces of water. Okay, so this person who is 140 pounds, works out for 30 minutes a day and drinks a 16-ounce Starbucks a day, it's gonna be 70 ounce, okay? Because of weight. Who was the calculation? I'm so bad with math. Oh, works out for 30 minutes, so 8 ounces, that's 78 ounces. And then drink 16 ounces of coffee, so this person has to add 78 ounces plus 16, so almost 92 ounces, okay? So this is how you're gonna calculate how much water you're gonna drink. And if you actually click the link to register, you're gonna receive this beautiful resource guide that has all the information about water, how to calculate the right amount of water, and there's exact instructions of what are things you can include and count as water, and what are things that you can't count as water, okay? So if you go ahead and click that link to register, you'll get that information right now. So everybody, you got this formula. This is really easy. Take your weight divided by 2, add 8 ounces for every 30 minutes of exercising you're doing that day, and then add any amount that you're gonna drink for coffee or energy drink to that amount. Perfect, right? And I'll be guessing right now, it's like a mind blow, because I can tell you that prior to me really thinking about this, the amount of water when I'm, not to mention the caffeine, all those things, I realized that my perfect amount is about 90 ounces, okay? And do you know how much I was really drinking? Less than 24. And I've been dealing with chronic pain all those years. And I can tell you personally, when I actually use this formula and I actually calculated out how much water I was supposed to drink, the first noticeable difference within 48 hours was less pain. Okay, so this is no joke. This works. So when you download, you'll get the email when you register, and there'll be a guide, and you can calculate this out. So what you want to do is think about it. For me to drink 90 ounces of water a day, we're going to be going through this whole week to give you guys helpful hints on how to get however many ounces you need to get in. But I suspect it's going to be anywhere from 70 to 90 ounces depending on the person. So what I'm going to tell you is, one of the things when you start this challenge, there's homework involved, all right? So I think most people are going to start tomorrow. So if you're going to start, if you're registering tonight to join, start tomorrow, okay? And the first homework that you're going to be doing is you're going to be taking a picture, 2 pictures. One picture of you next to the first bottle of water you're going to drink tomorrow, okay? And then on top of it too, and you're going to make a post, and you can make a post that basically says, I'm in with the water challenge. And you're gonna talk, and you're gonna introduce yourself and tell us what symptoms, health symptoms you're dealing with, okay? And then what you wanna do is, there's gonna be a before-after photo too, and there's instructions on how to take a before photo on the first day you do the water challenge, and there's instructions on how to take it on day 10 of the water challenge. at the end of the water challenge, you're gonna post a photo of you before and after, and we're gonna actually comment, we see the differences. And that is crazy amazing, because some of the people who've done our program have already posted their before and after photo, and it's nothing but shocking. And you guys know who you're talking about. So 10-day water challenge. Some hints on how to get this water in. I like to get it in first. And before I go into this, if you have some water questions here on how to get water in during the day, or what you're struggling with, post in the comment section right now. I can answer some questions after I'm done going through some of these hints on how to get started with water in the morning, okay? So you can start posting some questions about water, okay? But pain, it's super helpful for. It's really helpful for energy. It's really helpful for brain fog, and wrinkles and redness in the face and your body is really helpful. And we have photographic proof, all right? So one of the first things I do trying to get water in is I want to get as much water in the morning as possible. So how I do is I love these cans, okay? I like these cans that are stainless steel. I don't like to use that much bottled plastic water that's stored in like plastic bottles, because there's a lot of toxicity that can come from water that's stored in plastic containers. It's just plastic particles going into your water. So try, you know, and sometimes you have to drink it out of plastic, but at home, I really try to do as much as possible in the stainless steel. I like, because I like this, and you can get, you know, this is the Hydro Flask, but you can get other brands also at Costco. I like this because there's a couple cubes of ice and it really stays cold all day long, or warm or hot all day long, okay? And what I have is I have this next to my bed the night before, and I put a couple cubes of ice and I filled it with water, and this thing I think is 32 ounces. I stopped counting. Anyway, this thing is 32 ounces, and I put it next to my bed. And what I do is that in the middle of the night, if I get up, sometimes you know how thirsty you are. Like, think about this: if you go to bed at 10 o'clock at night, and you don't wake up till like 6 or 7, that's like 10 hours without water. So actually, the most dehydrated time that you wake up is actually first thing in the morning. And how many of you actually get up and the first thing you do is drink water? How many of you drink coffee, which actually dehydrates you even more, right? So first thing in the morning is you really want to make up for that 10 hours of lack of water, because you are the most dehydrated first thing in the morning. And I can guarantee you half of the people I'm talking to right now drink nothing but a cup of coffee or two or a pot, and they don't get any water maybe till noon. And that's over 12, 16 hours without water and being dehydrated. And you're drinking coffee, which makes you pee and dehydrate you even more. So first thing in the morning is, I have this next to my bed. It's nice and cold. I like the size of this opening because then I can really gulp it, okay? And so I just basically first thing in the morning, chug the whole thing down. Takes like 30 seconds. I like literally gulp, 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 gulp the whole thing down. And you don't like plain water in the morning, you can feel free to put some a lemon in it. You can do organic lemon, I prefer that, but you can squeeze some lemon right in it the night before, ready for you the next morning. The more convenient and accessible you make water is near you, the more likely you're gonna drink it. Is this making sense? Okay. I noticed Kalapi, who's finishing our program right now, says her finger swelling has gone with the water challenge. I know, Kalapi, and how long were you dealing with swelling in your fingers, right, with your autoimmunity? So within 10 days, her water swelling was gone. This is no joke here. Julie Smith says coffee here, right? First thing, coffee in the morning. I gotcha. And then, is lemon with water okay? Perfect. I just answered that. Is bottled water better? No, bottled water is not better. So I do use a filter in my home, and I filter the water. And so I have filtered water at home, and I put in this container. First thing in the morning, I down at least 24 to 32 ounces right there. Boom, you've made up for that 10-hour deficit. Is that easy? Right? Cool. So I get this in first thing in the morning. Now, I'm going to hint at what I'm going to give, talk about in a couple days, which is a lot of you are coffee addicts, okay? Or you're really addicted to the idea of a hot beverage in the morning. You don't like this water thing. Well, get used to it. If you like ice cold water, put it first thing in the morning, put some ice in it. If you like lukewarm, don't put the ice in it, put it next to your bed in the morning, okay? But if you are a big coffee drinker, I am going to do a live. It's going to be all about what are some coffee alternatives that are incredible and has other benefits for you as well. So I'm going to go into that in a different training, okay? So, all right. And D. Jean says you can't filter the funk out of Florida water. Okay, in that case, you may have to really invest in a filtration system or get bottled water in, okay? But anyway, so first thing first is in the morning,
sure you get your 30 ounces in. How many? So that hint is huge right there, because and I notice when I wake up, I'm super thirsty. But by the time 9 or 10 o'clock, if I didn't drink the water, the desire for thirst goes away. And they've actually shown that if you don't actually drink water within 30 minutes, your desire to actually feel the thirst goes away. So it's not like it's hunger, it just goes away. So then people can go the entire day and not even drink any water. Okay? And make sure if any of you are confused about how to calculate this, register right now and download the guide so you don't have to deal with math here on a Facebook Live like I am, okay? Just download the guide. As soon as you get it, you'll get an email to do that. Thanks, Joni. All right. Second thing is that there are ways with which I think making water within reach is really great. So for example, all day long, I do have this container, so I drive with it. So when I drink, I don't forget. Okay, if you're going to work in the office, nothing like this, and you already know, let's say this is 24 ounces. You already know if you finish this, that's 24 ounces. If you did 2 of these, it's 48 ounces, right? So it's nice to always have water next to you when you're drinking, when you're working, when you're driving. Those are times where it's really easy to just get more water in, okay? But we forget. Now, what about eating out? Okay, eating out I think is really great, because here's what I do. One of the rules I have too is whenever you go for water, you think you're gonna drink a certain amount, double it. So if I go to a restaurant and they fill me a cup of water, I already look at the cup of water and I say, I'm gonna drink 2 glasses of water. So right away, I'll go ahead and drink a whole glass before I even order. And then when they come and refill it, I do a second glass, okay? And some places will give you a pitcher of water this big. I pretty much look at it, I'm like, by the end of it, I'm gonna already drink that whole thing. So that as I'm eating, I'm just drinking water. How hard is that? Okay, is that really difficult? Okay, one of the things that people ask me when they first do this is, they say, I pee a lot. Is this how it's gonna be? Well, no, it's not gonna be that way, but it's healthy actually for your kidneys to actually get adequate amount of water to flush out toxins in your body. Okay. Jessica says, what about having to pee 20 times in one day when I drink that much water? You're not exaggerating. I get it. But here's the thing is your kidney actually adjusts to it. Okay. So what happens is over time, your bladder does adjust to it and your kidneys adjust to it. Most of the time, the urge to really pee a lot goes away after about 3 days. Okay. Some people do genetically have a small bladder, really small bladder, and they have to pee all the time. You are probably going to pee a lot more, but you still need to get adequate water in. Okay. Cool. Now, so those are just a couple ways with which that it makes drinking water super easy. And so how many of you out there think that, is it worth it to you with the amount of pain you're in? Is it worth it to you with the amount of, swelling in your hands or the headache that you get every day or the brain fog? Is it worth it to you that within the next day you could eliminate 50% or more of it? Is it worth it to you to do? And this is simple and it's free, and it's the 10-day water challenge, okay? And Grace, great, she says, I'd be full if I drink a lot of water. Guess what? The other thing that happens, people lose weight. You may want to weigh yourself at the beginning of this challenge and weigh yourself at the end of this challenge, because remember I said in the beginning that some people mistake thirst for hunger. So what happens when you eliminate thirst is people are actually hungry a lot less. Andrea Kaiser says, I needed this challenge. Well, you have this challenge right now. Click the link and register to do it, all right? So weight loss is the other thing. It's crazy the amount of weight that people lose in the 10-day water challenge. So I would like you to actually weigh yourself before the challenge starts, and then weigh yourself in 10 days. And feel free in your final post to report what the difference in weight is. So you don't have to actually say what your weight is, okay? And mind you guys, people are asking, is this the miracle cure? Will it stop every symptom on the planet? Hell no. Who the heck thinks that? Of course not. But at the same time, you don't even know how much the water is contributing to your pain unless you get adequate amount of water for 10 days. So this is really a great way to actually get to really experience what would happen to your body if you were adequately hydrated. Lauren asked a question that says, could someone be flushing electrolytes too quickly? That's why this is important to calculate with water, the formula. If you don't use the formula and you just drink a gallon of water every single day, that could be dangerous for you because you could be losing your electrolytes, okay? So that's a great question, Lauren. That's why it's important to follow the formula, okay? And then on top of it too is that I am one of those people that adequately salt my food, okay? And some people do buy, some people are with POTS that say can be very sensitive to electrolyte disturbances. differences, you may want to get some packets of electrolytes to add to your water, like, 1 or 2 packets a day or something. I have not seen anyone that's needed to do that, especially if they follow this formula. That's why it's really important to follow the formula. Okay? And no, you won't lose all these minerals because your kidneys have a really good job of retaining the minerals that you need. Okay? So this is just what adequate water is supposed to do. I'm not asking you guys to drink a crazy ass amount of water. I'm asking you to calculate physiologically how much water your body actually needs. Okay? Great. Can you add, Sean Stewart is asking thoughts on adding sea salt to H2O. Yeah, some people actually, at first, sometimes if you do feel like you're getting a little dizzy with doing just the 10-day water challenge, you may be undersalting anyway. So adding some sea salt and Himalayan salt. Himalayan salt is cool because not only is it sea salt with adding salt, it's got electrolytes and minerals in it. So some people will add just a pinch of Himalayan salt to their water, and that's totally fine to do. If you have high blood pressure or you've been told you should be on a low sodium diet, then you shouldn't do that. Okay, so it's really important to calculate this for you. Awesome. So I'm seeing that a lot of you are going to be in this water challenge. You said, oh, Grace says, you said you drink a glass before water. So I said it'd be full. Can't afford to lose weight. Okay, then don't drink it before dinner. Drink it at other times, okay? But I'm not saying, for me, I drink the water doesn't make me any fuller. I'm saying that for people who struggle with weight problems, that is one way with which they can separate hunger and thirst so that they can know when they're actually hungry versus when they're thirsty. If you're trying to gain weight, drinking adequate amounts of water doesn't change your ability to gain weight or not. It's just helping your body actually be healthier. People who are actually struggling with weight issues or absorption issues, you need the water to actually be a carrier to help you absorb your food and nutrients. Makes water even more important, okay?
All right, everybody, that is an introduction to the 10-day water challenge. And I think that also answered most of the questions that I saw coming into chat live. I want to give you guys a heads up. Make sure if you haven't registered, click the link above and below this to register for the water challenge. Make sure you're in the Facebook group. Make sure you've turned all your notifications on, and make sure that you've added us to save contact list so you get all the emails as we go through this water challenge. There are going to be lives coming throughout this week and next week as part of this water challenge. And if you guys are not already in the Facebook group, it is going insane in there. I can't tell you, there's already been a couple hundred entries and posts in there. We have over 1,000 people who've registered to join the 10-day water challenge. My advice to you right now is once you've registered, download the guide immediately, see how to do your first homework post that says I'm in post, and get your I'm in post in right now, because that's your entry to win prizes as we go through the 10-day water challenge. So yes, there will be prizes, and they'll be coming up throughout this week. As they come up, there'll be opportunities to win. But like I said, at the time of the recording of this training, I talked about what my favorite bottle was at that time. I have discovered a new water bottle that I do love as well. In one of the trainings this week, I'm thinking one of the trainings this week, either Wednesday or Thursday, I'm going to be revealing what my new favorite water bottle is. Some of you just asked about the temperature of water. Guess what? Tune in Thursday. There's going to be a training on all my favorite things that are hot that counts as water. So in the guide, there's a lot on what counts and what doesn't count. There's a lot of questions around that in chat right now. Download the guide right now. I'm going to be doing live trainings with tons of tips, tricks, and hacks. And I also address temperature of water in some of my trainings as well, and also trainings on how to build a new habit. So I'm super excited on this 10-day water challenge. I want to thank all of you that are already in, and all these questions are super awesome. Someone asked, I posted an introduction today with my water bottle. I don't post it again tomorrow, right? No, you do not. One of the things you're going to do as you go through the water challenge is you're going to go back to that post, and you're going to be updating on notices and wins as you go through. You're going to be commenting on that same post. So you have one I'm in post. That's all you do. And because we have so many posts coming in, we're talking hundreds and hundreds coming in. It may take a couple hours or even half a day to get your post approved. So you don't have to submit it again. You only have to do it once. Trust me, it will get approved and it will come in. So all of you jump in. You have the next couple days, the rest of this week to jump in on the water challenge. I will be seeing you guys in the Facebook group, everybody. Thank you so much. Have a great night. I hope this was of value to you. I'm Maggie UMD, functional and holistic medicine physician and the owner of Transform. To learn more about the Transform Autoimmune Program, you can jump into our Facebook group right now. You can also check out drmaggie.com. All right, everybody. Have a great night. And I'll be seeing you guys the rest of this week. Tons. Bye, everybody.